everyone, it's Carissa Wiley here for Concord and Ninth. Thanks for joining me today. If you love to stamp for the holidays, the new Triple-Step Evergreen stamps and coordinating dies are perfect for all your holiday card making needs. Let's have a look at these brand new products together. So you're looking at the Triple-Step Evergreen stamp set there on the left, as well as the coordinating dies, and these work together to create the most beautiful and simple stamped cards. I love the kind of watercolor effect that you get with this stamp set. So this is a triple-step stamp set, which means those three stamps combine together to make the most beautiful evergreen tree. There's also some fabulous sentiments throughout the set that include peace on earth, love, holiday greetings to you and yours, Merry Christmas, joy, and hope. There's also a little snow stamp here, which is great for creating backgrounds. The die set includes the large tree die, which will die cut the stamped tree. There's also some ornaments, a large bow, a couple of star or tree topper options. I love the banner, and finally, this scripty joy sentiment. Here's a look at all of those pieces die cut out. You can see the ornaments here, as well as the star options. You have a general kind of regular star, and then you have this more pointy star, which layers up nicely to create a really fun tree topper for your trees. I also love that long bow. Bows are so in, and that joy sentiment is so much fun to die cut from various colors. The banner coordinates with some of the sentiments in the stamp set. And before we move on, I really wanted to show you how to stamp this tree. Now, I like to keep the negative portion from die cutting a tree to help me position this in my stamping tool. I prefer to die cut the tree first and then stamp on the die cut because that makes sure that all of my boughs are perfectly positioned. I will start with the one that has the small peak at the top of the stamp set, and that will be my first layer. I'm going to line it up with the top of the die cut and also look at those lower corners to make sure the boughs are falling in line with the die cut. I'm stamping on some pistachio cardstock here, and I'm going to ink up this first layer in pistachio ink. I'm going to stamp that onto my die cut, and keep in mind, if you are mass producing, you could switch out your die cut here and keep stamping with this single layer before moving on to the next. For the second layer, I am making sure that those upper boughs align with the boughs on the right side, and that lower left-hand corner is falling into line with all of those die cut elements there. I will then pick this stamp up with my Misty stamping tool, ink it up with some artichoke ink, and stamp it onto the die cut. Now, as I mentioned, I prefer to die cut first and then stamp because all of my boughs are perfectly positioned. But you can also use this triple-step stamp set directly onto your card front or your card base. Layer number 3, you'll see where all of this just falls into line with the die cut. I'm inking it up with Rainforest ink and stamping it onto my die cut. And just like that, I have the most beautiful and full-looking stamped tree. Now here's a look at some cards I created with this set. This tree was stamped onto pistachio cardstock using pistachio, eucalyptus, and artichoke inks. I also used a Versamark pen to add some concentrated areas of white embossing powder to create a faux snow effect. I die cut the joy sentiment from some champagne cardstock as well as some black cardstock, and I offset those on the front of the tree. I topped off my tree with a black bow, added some chunky glitter at the bottom, and stamped the sea glass panel using the snow stamp included in the stamp set. I absolutely love this card. For the second card, I stamped the tree directly onto my card front, so it's not die cut at all. So if you wanted to create a simple stamped card, you don't have to use the coordinating dies. You can line these up and create a beautiful tree. I die cut the ornaments from some silver glitter cardstock as well as that tree topper, and I stacked up the joy sentiment there to give it a little dimension. For my final card, I stamped the tree using eucalyptus, pistachio, and rainforest inks, and I added some ornaments with some nectar enamel dots. This arch that it's placed on is from the Desert-Scapes bundle, and I used the quilted card front die from Concord and Ninth to add some texture to my card base. And the bow and banner layers were die cut from some pimento cardstock. This set is my #1 pick for mass producing for the holidays because you can quickly stamp several of these trees and create some beautiful cards, and I can't wait to try a watercolor effect with this as well. I've been having an itch to go back to my stamping roots lately, and this stamp set just fits the bill.